Good afternoon, Anton Mathews, President of your Waukegan Park District Board of Commissioners, here outside of the Carnegie Museum with another update from our man, Dan.
All right, it's May 2024, and right now you can see the Carnegie building. We've taken down all the meshing on the fence. We've moved our fence line into Sheridan Road so that we can begin site work, which is the last phase outside here. So we've been working today to demolish old curb and sidewalk so that we can make the outside of the Carnegie look as good as the inside's looking right now. You can see behind me in the last month, we've worked on the new radius staircase. That's how the staircase looked in 1902 and 1903 when the building opened. Sometime we think in the 1940s, that staircase was demolished and another staircase replaced it, but it didn't have the ambiance of this staircase with all that beautiful radius on a 45-degree angle at the end of the building. So that staircase will actually get clad with Indiana limestone, the same color as that we used on the addition of the building, in a buff color. It's a 2-inch piece of limestone that'll clad the treads and the risers of the concrete structure there. So that's just a substructure, and then the limestone has been measured. It's being fabricated right now at Galassi Stone, and then it'll be installed on top of that concrete stair. So it'll be a very beautiful limestone look to the building when it's all done with brass handrails. And then there'll be a little courtyard or seating area in the front, which will also have brick pavers and granite benches. So that's all coming here as we head for the finish line.
Sounds good. Looks good.
So we can go across the street now. Anton will go inside the building and show you some of the things we've been working on inside.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go inside.
Well. All right. Now we're inside the building with Anton, and we are in the reception area of the old Carnegie building. And right now we have Abe up in the ceiling from Continental Painting. And Abe is working on painting the reception area. This reception area ceiling was all plaster and plaster dental and molding all the way around. We rebuilt all that plaster. It was heavily water damaged over the 50 to 60 years that the building was abandoned and not occupied. And we brought all that plaster back to life, and now it's the frosting on the cake as we put this beautiful paint finish on, which will really accent all the detail in the molding and we call that the dentals, the in and out of that plaster, just like your teeth. That's why they call them dentals, okay? And that'll really be a very prominent look. There'll be a reception desk here that's being fabricated. And so this will serve as the main entry to the building like it did back in 1902, 1903.
Wonderful. Looking very pristine.
Very well. Okay.
So Dan, before we wrap up the May update, if you can just tell us a little bit about how Ray Bradbury has been incorporated in this project.
Well, the story goes that Ray, I believe in the 1930s, was a student here, would come to the library when he was 7, 8 years old, would be in this very room. That's why this room is being renamed the Ray Bradbury Reading Room. And sometime in the history of the building after the library moved out of here in the early 1960s, the bookcases disappeared. So you can see we have replicated and brought brand new bookcases in. So this room, we're trying to get it to look like it did when Ray was a student here, and in that way honor him. And they say that this is where he was inspired by reading here, and went on, of course, to be a great writer himself. So it's a very nice room. It has a lot of natural light. Mm-hmm. These are the historic finishes that he would have seen when he was a child here. This plaster, you can see the swirl patterns in the plaster. You can see the salmon color, kind of the eggshell ceiling.
Love the sound.
A very big room. Later on in the week, we have a fireplace surround coming that's been replicated from pictures that's being recarved by a wood carver up in Milwaukee. So that'll go back. So this room, the idea is to get it looking like it did when Ray was a student here. And then, of course, the Historical Society and the Park District are getting his, collection of things that's been deeded over to the museum here. And of course, this will serve as a new history museum for Waukegan at the Carnegie. So his works will be showcased here. So I think they even have a typewriter that he types some things on. So very well. So that's it for this month.
Okay.
And we look forward to you coming out in June and visiting. We can show you all the things we've been working on in June as we head into final finishes, floor finishes, and things like that.
Awesome. Can't wait.
Very good.
Super exciting.
Okay. Thanks for coming
All
out
right,
today.
thank you,
Yep.
Ben.
See
Appreciate
you
it.
next month.
Yep.